For this video, I'm going to be doing these super long kawaii nails while doing a story time on my worst client ever. So I'm going to do a little backstory on how me and this girl even met to begin with. To be honest, I don't even remember her name, so we're just going to call her Cindy. Okay, so I met Cindy through my cousin. My cousin couponed at the Walgreens that she worked at, and my cousin had plenty of encounters with this girl, and she seemed like a cool person. So she recommended me to her for nails. So this is no way my cousin's fault. She was just trying to get me, some business. So I was about 2 months in my nail journey, and not gonna lie, these were probably the worst nails I've put out to date. I was putting out good work at the time, but these nails were just not it. So this is just an example of some of the nails that I was doing around the same time. So my work wasn't perfect, but it was still good. So she contacts me and reaches out to me through Facebook and says, hey, I work at Walgreens and your cousin shops at my store, and she recommended you to me, to do my nails. So I did tell her ahead of time, I do not work over other people's work, that you have to come with your nails bare. I was a beginner at the time and I didn't really know the ins and outs of that stuff. I just knew that you wasn't really supposed to work over other people's work because you don't know what type of products that the salon use, whatever. So the first red flag is that she showed up with nails already on. And I know that the nails that I'm talking about in this voiceover, they're bad, but I'm talking like these things were crazy. They were chunky, they were uneven, like overall they were trash. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna, soak these nails off and then we could just do new ones. It'll take more time, but it is what it is. So I start to file into these nails and I notice the smell and, it seems like it's MMA, which, it can't soak off. So I just decide to drill, as far down as I can. And then I'm just going to lay new product and a new tip over top of the set that was already there. So that in itself was already aggravating. But, like I said, it is what it is. So she has this watermelon idea. It's like this 3-color ombre that looks like it's done with a sponge and gel polish. And then it has like these black seeds drawn on. Hold on, I'll insert the picture here. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I don't know about you, but I think these nails are ugly as it is, and it just gets worse. So I start doing the ombre, with the green color first, and everyone knows that the ombre, it blends together. So it's not like anything has to be straight. Everything just blends together. So once I start doing the ombre, she starts complaining that the first color that I put on is not in a straight line. She says, oh, I have OCD. This is going to bother me. I try to explain to her that it's an ombre and it's all going to get blended together anyways. So that shouldn't really matter. She says, oh, yeah, I understand. I'm not trying to make it a big deal or anything. But, could you please just fix it so it's not bothering me? So I act like I add acrylic onto it. I literally don't do nothing at all. I'm not joking. I literally don't change it at all. And I'm like, oh, here, is this good? And she says, oh, yes, that's perfect. So that was also a red flag. I could tell that she was just one of those people who likes to complain about things. So in the reference picture, it's mostly pink, a little bit of white, and a little bit of green. She wanted to do it the opposite way of what the picture was. So she wanted more green, a little bit of white, and a little bit of pink because she liked green better. So I'm like, okay, if you want to do it that way, that's fine, but we're steering away from the reference picture already. So then she gets the idea. She says, oh, I want to add some of the Mylar flakes for some razzle dazzle. Yes, in her words, razzle dazzle. So she picks green and pink, which, it matches with the nails. But I do tell her I don't think that the green Mylar flakes is going to look good on the, green acrylic. I say that we should do clear iridescent. So when I show you guys the picture of the finished product, you'll understand why I'm saying this detail. The green looked like doo-doo. It did not look good at all. But she insisted that that's what she wanted. And, what the customer wants, yeah. I told her I didn't think it was going to look good. She didn't listen. So this is where things start to get weird. I continue to work, and we start having a conversation about Tim Burton. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen Tim Burton movies like Nightmare Before Christmas, Frankenweenie, all those type of movies, Corpse Bride, all those movies, okay? So we're talking about Tim Burton, and she says that Nightmare Before Christmas is her favorite, and she's a super fan. Now, I'm not a super fan, but I've seen all the movies, and so have my kids, like numerous times, so I do know a little something about it. So she claims that one of her favorite Tim Burton movies is Coraline. So I just say to her, like, hey, but did you know that Coraline, isn't a Tim Burton movie? And she says, oh no, girl, I'm like the biggest fan. I'm like the biggest Tim Burton fan. Trust me, I would know this. I know that Coraline's a Tim Burton movie because it's my favorite movie. Trust me, I would know this. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just explained to her that the animations look similar, to Tim Burton movies, but it's not by Tim Burton. But, it's not even a big deal to me, so I just want to drop it and move past it. But she just keeps talking about it, and she just keeps going on and on, like how she's right about this, whatever. So I just say, why don't you Google it then? Like, not in a rude way, but yeah, why don't you just Google it? Like, I'm over the conversation. I don't really care. So she picks up the phone and she's acting all nonchalant, pushing buttons. She's acting like she's scrolling. And then she lays it down and doesn't say anything. So, like, I'm laughing in my head because she clearly knows she was wrong, but she's just acting like she didn't even search it and she just drops the subject. So it gets kind of awkward and we're not really talking or saying anything. And it comes time to draw on the seeds to the watermelon nails. So she has this not so great idea of using big black rhinestones as the seeds instead of the hand-drawn seeds that was in the picture. So I showed her the stones that I had and I told her that it wouldn't look right. They were too big. It didn't really look like seeds. She insisted it was going to look great and that she loved her idea of doing it with the rhinestones instead of the hand-drawn. So I just go ahead and do it. I'm like, you know what, whatever. If that's what she wants, then yeah, it's her nails. Oh well. Not gonna lie, that shit looked funky as hell. So I'm sitting there putting these big old funky stones on these nails as seeds, and I have my phone sitting on my desk, and a message pops up. She literally starts reading my phone, like starts reading my message. She turns her head and everything, like all up in my phone. Mind you, I don't know this girl, so yeah, why are you in my business? Why are you all up in my phone like that? So I flip my phone over, like obviously, like, why are you reading my stuff? And she just sits there like all awkward. So my boyfriend walks down and he's like, what's taking so long? So I was a beginner at the time. And, I was slow as it is, but we're like 2.5, 3 hours in, and this is a short set. So this is definitely taking longer than usual. So I don't say anything. She says something. She looks up at him and says, oh, I'm probably driving your girlfriend crazy, with like this little smirk, and she laughs. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, you are. At this point, I'm over it, but I don't want to be rude because my cousin coupons at her store, and I didn't want to be weird for her or like her to be trying to use coupons, and then the girl tries to, oh, I can't take this coupon. It's against policy. Da, 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 da. So I just didn't want to make things weird for my cousin. Come to find out, when I told my cousin the story, she actually said that she didn't care. And yeah, but I should have cussed her ass out. So I'm finally done with these nails. And to be honest, I don't even want to take pictures because I'm trying to get her out of my house. But she insists and says, hold on, look, I have a perfect hand pose for this set. And she pulls out this shit. And internally, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And at this point, honestly, I'm just taking these pictures just because I want to look back and laugh. So after pics, I start cleaning up my area and I'm totaling up, the price. And I end up charging her $40, which the nails was ugly as hell. But shit, even dealing with her, yeah, that's what she paid that $40 for. And I just look up and I'm about to tell her the price. I look up and she has her purse across her and her coat on, stepping towards the exit. So where my nail room used to be, it used to be in my, room downstairs. It's like a living room layout, and it's like when you walk in, it's like upstairs, downstairs. So where I do nails, I was straight downstairs. So you have to walk across the room into the stairs to go up to get out the house. She's walking towards the stairs, like where my nail area is at, it's like the complete opposite side of the room. So if you didn't pay yet and you're just putting your purse and your coat on, why would you be walking towards the steps? So I start looking at her all crazy and I'm like, girl, you didn't pay me. What are you doing? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm about to punch you. Take one more motherfucking step. So tell me why this old gaslighting bitch gonna say, girl, chill. I was just getting my coat on. I'm going to pay you your money. As she's literally standing closer to the steps than she is to my desk. So I say, yeah, well, it sure didn't look like it. It looked like you was trying to walk towards the steps. And it's not like she didn't want to pay the $40 because she didn't like her nails. No, this was the weird thing. The nails was ugly as hell, but she loved them. She loved the idea that she came up with the stones. She was bragging about it. She was over there taking pictures of them. This is my favorite set of nails I ever had, which compared to the set that she walked in with, I mean, these things did make them look good, but yeah. So she ends up giving me the money and she leaves. And I think to myself, yeah, first and last time servicing her, like, bye for life, basically. So she did end up contacting me about a couple weeks later and she was trying to get a fill. I cut off all contact with her and I told her I wasn't doing her nails again. And I explained my issue, like, you know, we just didn't work out. I wasn't rude or anything, but, you know, it just is what it is. I'm not doing your nails. So she says, well, if I can't get a fill, can I get a soak off? And I'm like, well, girl, I just told you, you know, like, I don't want to deal with your ass no more. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but yeah, you're pushing it. So I tell her, like, girl, no, like, you know, go get some acetone and you can soak them off yourself. Like, I'm not dealing with your ass no more. So this is where it gets, like, next level weird. Like, this is where it gets super weird. So like I said, cut off all contacts. Like, I didn't even think about her after the situation happened. I thought that it was done. Like, I wasn't going to have to deal with her again, you know, whatever. So about a month later, yeah, I would say about a month later, I walk out one day to go get in the car and there her ass is sitting in my driveway. So first thing, I'm thinking that she's, you know, at the house for me. I think that she's at the house for whatever reason. I don't even know. I get real confused. We make eye contact and then she pulls out the driveway, like she leaves. So I just get real confused and I'm about to text her and cuss her out and be like, you know, like, what are you doing, stalking me? Like, why are you at my house? So here's a little backstory to, you know, like, this situation that happened. So our driveway with our neighbors at my old house was connected. Like, it was separate, but it was connected. There was nothing that was split in our driveways, like, in half. We just, you know, knew the boundaries. So it's their house, their driveway, my house. So the driveways are in between both of our houses. Okay, so what I did not know is that she ended up being my next door neighbor's best friend. My next door neighbor was cool, but she was super weird. So this really just explains a lot. Like, she did not mention, you know, going over there, like, when she was at my house getting her nails done, none of that. So I was really just caught off guard when our next door neighbor told us that she was her best friend. You know, at this point, I'm just like, damn, I need to get the fuck away from this bitch. How does she just keep popping up in my life with bullshit? First the nails, then the texts and stuff, and then now she's in my driveway. If you're coming over here to see your best friend, park in her driveway. Why are you in my driveway? You know I don't like you. Common freaking sense. Like, I literally could not make this up. So that was like our last physical interaction. Notice I said physical because this is the last time I seen this girl in person, but this is not the last time I talked to her. Okay, so it's about like a year later and those ugly ass nails pop up in my memories and I'm like, you know what? This is totally on me because I was being petty, but I don't care. It's my work. I can post it on there if I want. So I posted the nails on a nail shaming group. Basically, if you're not on a nail shaming group, it's just where people post nails and other people joke and, you know, they make fun of them. Okay? I don't care. I'm a nail tech. I'm in a nail shaming group. I think it's funny. My work is all over that group. I should literally be in the damn cover picture with how many sets that I've had posted on there, okay? So I post these nails on there and people start making fun of them. So they're like making fun of like the brown spots on the green. They're saying that Stevie Wonder, you know, can read on the nails because the rhinestones look like Braille. Like, they're basically just, they're really coming for these nails. I thought that it was hilarious because, you know, my work is good. That one set didn't define, you know, the artist that I am. It didn't hold me back. Like, I just wanted to just laugh at it, okay? So what I didn't know is that she was in this nail shaming group, okay? I did not know this, but apparently she was in the nail shaming group and she seen her hands and, you know, she seen the whole thing that was going on. So she writes me And at this point, I have a new Facebook, so I don't have her blocked on this one. So she writes me and she asks me to delete it. Like, girl, no. At this point, it had already had like thousands of comments on it. Like, people, like, this was at the top of the group. People, this is what people was commenting on for days on this shaming group. Okay, this was like the hot topic. I'm not taking it down. So another reason why I wasn't taking it down is because people was seeing the nails, they was laughing at them, but they was clicking on my page and it was getting me more followers. So yeah, basically I didn't want to take it down because I was getting followers from it, to be honest. Oh well. So I do write her back and I basically say the same thing that I just told y'all. Like, yeah, it's getting a lot of traction and people are commenting on it and they're seeing that my work is good, so they're following me. Like, I'm not taking it down. So she did message me and ask me if I could take it down, and I basically told her no, because for one, you're in a nail shaming group, which I didn't know she was in there to begin with, but she's in the nail shaming group, so she obviously wants to make fun of other people's nails, but then when it's hers, like, she has like an issue with it. So I was just like, you know what, it's my work. I don't care if it's your hands, it's my work, and you know what, like, I'm enjoying these jokes and I think it's funny, and to be honest, like, like, after the shit that you pulled, like, just your demeanor and how everything played out, how you tried to walk out without paying and stuff, like, yeah, basically, fuck you. Like, I'm not deleting it. It is what it is. So who knows? Maybe she'll see this video. Maybe she'll stumble upon it, or somebody who knows the situation, who knows her, will send it to her. And if she does see it, oh well. Sorry, not sorry. You know what you did. You know you were dead ass wrong. And that's just what it is. So this story only ended up being around 17 minutes long, and my video is close to 40. So I might tell you guys another story on a bad client that I have. It's not as bad as this one, but it's still pretty crazy. So this story is going to be about how I did a girl's nails and she ended up acting like a stalker. So just a little backstory. This girl wrote me on IG and she wanted birthday nails. I clicked on her page. She didn't have any pictures, but she had pictures in her story and in her highlights, which isn't weird for, the younger generation. So I really couldn't check her out and see anything about her. I just seen that she had a bunch of pictures of money, pictures of like nice cars, Benz, all type of stuff. So she said that she wants these ombre birthday nails. And I was like, okay, we set up an appointment. And I told her that for the ombre that it would be $40. So this was around like the same time that I did those watermelon nails I just told y'all about. So I was around 2-3 months in, I would say. So $40 wasn't bad for an ombre. My work wasn't perfect, but it was good. And I did do a different color on each finger. So I thought that $40 was a good price. So it's the day of her appointment, and when she finally shows up to her appointment, she's about an hour late, even though she was texting me the whole time saying, I'm 5 minutes away, I'm 5 minutes away. So that write-off work was just, that was kind of annoying. I could have canceled her appointment, but I decided to still do it. So this is where it got weird for me. Remember I told you that she was posting all the money and all the cars, and it looked like she was rich on Instagram? Well, I'm not the type of person that judges people by their car, but she pulled up in this beater that sounded like a lawnmower. Like, this thing sounded like it was on its last leg. It was about to, stall out any minute. I thought she was going to break down in my driveway. So I wasn't judging her for her car. I was really just judging the situation because she was on Instagram acting like she was rich and that she had a Benz. And yeah, how are you going to act like you have a Benz on the internet, but in real life you have a Ford Focus that is barely running? So she comes in, and basically the same thing that had happened to me with the girl with the watermelon nails. I had told her beforehand, I don't like working over other people's work. She came in with nails on. Okay, so she said, okay, I'll just get a soak off. So I went to go soak off her nails. It would not soak off. It just kept becoming gummy and hardening back up. So I ended up having to file it all the way down as thin as possible and then soaking it off because she had MMA on her nails. So I explained to her that MMA is basically a legal monomer. They could still sell it in nail supply stores because it's for dental purposes. So they still sell it, but it's illegal to the nail world because it's meant to be permanent, okay? So you can't soak it off. It's meant to be permanent. It's meant for teeth. I explained this to her, and she tells me that she would rather have MMA on her nails if it means that it's meant to be permanent, because she doesn't want her nails to break off, and that her last tech, she knew that she used MMA and that she liked it better because it was meant to be permanent. Okay, so that whole thought process is just ass backwards. Why would you want illegal chemicals on your hands that can cause reproductive harm, contact dermatitis, all these things? Why would you willingly be getting this on your nails? So I end up getting all of the MMA off of her nails, and I start her set. All goes good while I'm doing her nails. I'm just listening to music, doing nails, and she's on her phone. So when we get to the end, and after I'm done, filing and buffing and all that, we're about to put the top coat on, and she tells me, hey, can I get, all nails blinged out? It's my birthday, and I just want to be extra. So I tell her, okay, but it's going to cost extra with all the rhinestones. She says that's fine, and I started adding all the rhinestones. She says that she loves them. They're her favorite set of nails. And then I tell her that the price is $45. So I was using Swarovski rhinestones because that's all I had at the time. I didn't really have regular rhinestones. I got a good deal on these, and these are expensive stones. And I blinged out every single one of her fingers. So, I used a little bit of regular rhinestones, but I only charged her $5 for all these stones. So right there, that's a good deal. Like, why are you questioning my prices when I'm really undercharging? I don't even feel like this is worth it at this point. So, I tell her why it would be more. She pulls out $40 and has to scrape together the other $5 so that she has all her money. Now, I'm not judging her for not having money. Again, I'm not judging her, but why are you getting extras on your nails when you can't afford it? And did you think that I was just going to say, oh, just give me $40? Like, I'm already undercharging, and, it's not worth it at this point. And whose bands are you posted with up every day on Instagram? Whose car are you posted up with every day on Instagram? Why are you trying to make it look like you're rich, but you barely have enough money to even get your nails done? Nails are, a luxury, not a necessity. Basically, if you can't afford the extras, why are you getting them? So she pays me my money and she leaves. And I'm just like, oh, she's young, whatever. I really didn't like the interaction, but I wasn't thinking too hard on it. I got my money and I moved on. Okay, so she hits me up for a fill, and I tell her the price, and she wants an extra set this time, more than last time. Even though she couldn't afford it last time, she wants a set that's even more extra than that, hand painted art, all that. I ended up telling her it was going to be $60 or something like that, and she says, oh, well, I'll just call it this lady Judy, okay? If you know who Judy is and you know who I am, then you'll know who Judy is, okay? So we'll call her Judy. I'm not going to put her on blast. She says, Judy does them for $25 with the design. And I'm thinking, well, Judy also uses MMA and she does bad nails. So, if you don't like my pricing, go to Judy then. So she keeps questioning my prices. And so I'm like, if you think that, Judy is a better fit for you, then go to her. Because to be honest, I didn't tell her this, but I didn't even want to do her nails again. I just said, if Judy works better for you, then go to her. She says, well, your nails was my favorite set. Alrighty then. So why are you questioning my prices? Why are you bringing up your old nail tech? Why are you trying to get these extra ass nails for $25? That's not it. I'm not doing that. So I just tell her I can't do that price, whatever. She just keeps writing me all these weird things you should do my nails for this price. You should do my nails for this price, which is just weird because why are you telling me how much to charge? So I just don't write her back, okay? I don't write her back. I don't block her at this point. I just stopped texting her. So it's about a month later, and she writes me again on Instagram from a different page. I can still tell that it's her because it has the same type of pictures and all that, but it has a different name and it's a different account. So I realize that it's her, and I just don't write back, okay? So I would say about a week after that, I get a message on my Facebook page, and it says, hey girl, I'm trying to get my nails done. Can I come through? And I click on the page, and it's literally the same girl. So she has wrote me from 2 different pages at this point since I stopped contacting her. So I write her back and I say, hey, I just don't really feel comfortable doing your nails. You keep questioning my prices, and I just don't think that, I'm a good fit. So she says, oh, you should do my nails. Why wouldn't you do my nails? Why are you acting like this? And so I just take it up that she's weird, and I just leave it at that. I block her and I leave it at that. Okay, so I would say this is probably a couple months after the initial situation happened. I get a text message that says, hey girl, I'm trying to schedule an appointment. I found you on Instagram. Why does the message, it's through iMessage, it says maybe Taylor. So it's literally this girl, and she's trying to book an appointment acting like somebody else. Like, girl, did you think that I wasn't going to realize it was you when you showed up? Like, you didn't think that was going to be weird or awkward? I don't know. At this point, I'm like, this lady is just crazy. Like, she's literally crazy. So I text her back this time and I say, hey, I know it's you. Like, you're no longer allowed booking with me. I don't know why you keep writing me. Like, it's starting to get weird at this point. I'm not doing your nails. Like, go to your other girl. It's not happening. I'm never doing your nails again. Like, I wasn't trying to be mean, but at this point, I just had to be, very just straightforward because she is just acting like she didn't understand. So she writes me, hey, girl, I'm about to pull up and get my nails done. Huh? Pull up where? I literally texted her back. Pulling up to where? You're not coming to my house. Like, I was fully prepared to hit this crazy bitch with a bat. I swear to God, I thought I was going to have to hit her with a bat. So I blocked her number. She never ended up showing up, thankfully. I blocked her number and never talked to her again. Her crazy ass is probably still watching my page, and she probably will see this video of me talking about her. But I move houses and I don't care. This girl literally made me start moving different when it came to taking appointments from strangers. I have felt weird about doing strangers' nails every day since then. I am just expecting the worst to happen, and I also have to pick and choose and go through people's profiles now, and I don't accept clients that don't have pictures on their page. So that's the end of that story. I'm only at 26 minutes and my video is 40 minutes, so I don't really have that many other, super crazy stories. Those two were the one that, tops it. But I do have a bunch of little small stories and situations that have happened that are crazy and, that I didn't enjoy. So I'm going to go through and I'll share some of those too. Let's talk about the time that I was doing this girl's nails and she had a crazy boyfriend that kept blowing up her phone. So I do nails from home, and this is the first time that I'm doing this girl's nails. Her boyfriend drops her off, and he's calling her the whole time, thinking that she's with another man. So at the time, I'm a beginner. Most of these stories happened while I was a beginner because I don't really take on, these type of people anymore, and I have a system that kind of works for me. So this guy drops her off at the house. She's usually, getting her nails done at the nail salon, and he's used to her being done in a couple hours, 20 minutes, but I took a couple hours. So he was writing her the whole time, hey, when are you done? What's taking so long? He got it in his head that she was cheating on him and that there was a man at the house, okay? So he's FaceTiming her the whole time, showing, she's showing the camera on me, which I don't like anyways. I don't like being on camera, but I'm like, you know what, whatever. If that'll make him, stop calling. Like, hey, it's me. I'm doing her nails. I'm a beginner. I'm a little slower. Sorry. So he acts like he gets an attitude and he smacks his lips and he stops calling. So she's like, whatever, just ignore him. Sorry that he's acting like that. So we're almost done with her nails and I'm getting ready to put the top coat on. And I hear bang, 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 like on my front door. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, it sounded like the cops or something. I'm like, who the hell is pounding on my door like that? So I run up the stairs and I open the door and I don't know this guy. So I open the door and he's just like, where's such and such? Like, there's no reason that it should be taking this long and I'm coming to get her. Like, dude, first of all, I don't even know you and you're pounding on my door like that. Like, who the hell do you think that you are? So she hears his voice and she rushes up the stairs and she apologizes for him acting like that. And he just starts, being rude to her. And he's just like, I'm not leaving. Like, we got to go. You need to hurry up. And she's like, I'm almost done. And he was like, oh, well, you better hurry up and get done or we're leaving because this is just taking too long. And so I was already getting bad vibes from this guy. He tried to act like he was going to come in my house and sit there with us until we were done. And I straight up told her, no, I don't know this guy. He's not allowed in my house because I was home alone at the time. And yeah, he was just pounding on my door and he looked sketchy as hell. Like, and he honestly, he looked like a cornball. Like the way that he was acting, the way he was treating her. Like I was just not feeling this dude. So I told her no, that he can't stay. And she's just like, we'll just sit out in the car and I'll hurry up and we'll be done. So we were supposed to add rhinestones to her nails and everything. But since her dude ended up showing up, she was like, just put the top coat on. I have to hurry up. And then I never did her nails again. So I wrote her and I asked her, hey girl, how's your nails doing? Like, are you going to come in for a fill? And she was like, Oh, well, I just think I'm going to end up going to the nail shop from now on because, you know, my man doesn't like how long it takes, and he just didn't like the situation. He didn't like the situation. Girl, you had your crazy ass man banging on my door and I'm willing to do your nails again, and you're saying that he didn't like the situation? So she's really just enabling him at this point. Like, I'm telling her, like, yeah, girl, that's crazy. Like, those were your favorite set of nails. You really like those. You had no problem sitting, you know, for that long. We were enjoying our conversation. So, like, why would you let him control, like, where you're getting your nails done at when you know that the salon that you usually go to, you get messed up and you don't like them? That's why you stopped getting your nails done, which is why you came to me to begin with. So I'm like, why are you letting him control, like, when you get your nails done? At this time, I was completely against this dude, and this girl was actually cool. So I just felt like I had to tell her, like, hey, like, your man is a fuck boy, and if you want to get your nails done by me, then you should come get your nails done by me. So this is where it kind of took a turn. She got started because I was coming for her man, and I was saying that, you know, he's controlling and that he's rude and all this other stuff. Like, she definitely deserved better. Like, come to find out, they ended up breaking up because he was, you know, like, really controlling and abusive anyway. So I wasn't wrong, but she ended up getting mad at me and ended up flipping out on me, telling me I need to mind my own business, which maybe I should have. But like I said, this girl was cool, and I really just felt like, you know, I really just felt like I should say something because everybody else was just around enabling the situation and was just like, oh, that's just how he is. Well, no, fuck that. That shouldn't be just how he is. You can't even get your nails done without him coming and banging on a stranger's door. So yeah, that's the story. I liked her. I thought she was going to be a regular client. We got into it over her man because I said that he was a fuckboy and she was sticking up for him, which, you know, it's not her man no more. But yeah, it is what it is. Moral of the story, mind your own business. Because I usually mind mine and I usually don't say stuff in situations like this. But this time I decided to speak up, and yeah, it didn't turn out well. Lesson learned. You can listen to your client's business, but mind your own. Okay, so I'm about 32 minutes in. My video is 40 minutes, so I'm going to talk about one more person. So since I had bad interactions in the past with clients when I took younger people in, I decided that I was going to, you know, look for a couple older clients. I had a lot of different type of people on my page who would write me every single day, and there was this one lady who stuck out who was really nice, you know, online, at least I thought. Yeah, she was really nice online, and she was always commenting on my stuff, and she wanted to come in and get like a simple set that would be fast, and, you know, I thought I could get her in and out and she would be a consistent client. So we scheduled an appointment and she ended up coming like a few days later. Everything was going well until we were like in the middle of the appointment, and she just so happened to come on a day that the Pride Festival was going on downtown, and my sister who lived with me at the time was actually at Pride. So she had made the comment, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that that's going on. These people are sinners. They're going to hell. Like, this is an abomination. I don't agree with that." And she looked at me and she acted like I was, you know, supposed to agree with her. So I just basically tell her, like, yeah, my sister's gay and she lives with me. I'm not gay, but I don't have anything against gay people. And I basically just mind my own business, you know, let people do what they want to do. Like, it's nobody else's concern. And so she really didn't like my comment. She just decided to, you know, like, be awkward and stay silent for most of the appointment, besides when I asked her questions about her nails. And then all of a sudden, my sister walks in and she walks downstairs and she has this huge rainbow flag on her back, like it's a cape. And this lady just looks so disgusted and she just doesn't even know what to say. And then, yeah, obviously that was the last time I ever did her nails. I still crack up thinking about the look on that lady's face when my sister came downstairs because she had no idea, like, this lady was homophobic or that I was even doing anyone's nails for that matter. And yeah, she just looked so surprised and it was hilarious. And then after that, she deleted me off of Facebook and, yep, never heard from her again. So in the rest of this video, I'm just adding nail charms, and then I'm going to show you how I apply the nails, and then I'm going to include some videos in the end of the finished product. I'll probably just put some music right here. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment, and if this video does good, I'll probably do more story times.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. See, no one else does me like you do. That's why I'm mine. Spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world. Don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give it all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything you do, it's me love, everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly, can't deny. I got a crush on you, and that's true indeed. I'm digging you, you make me believe. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
Not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away from these beach views and then every day. All I wanna hear is an visions that we play. Sit right next to you. How I feel about you, think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you, you. I don't wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you, feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I think I need you here. I swear it's time to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away from cheese beach views.